Can you correctly name Nigerian leaders since independence till today? The year they came to office and the year they left office. Can you name all of that correctly? In this video, that is what I'm going to teach you. So grab your chair and sit back and listen, okay? So let's start from the beginning. In 1960, the Governor General of Nigeria was Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Okay, this guy right here is the Governor General. And then the other guy right there is, his name is Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. He was the Prime Minister of Nigeria from 1960 until 1966. Both of them were there. 1960 until 1966. Now, then came, in the January of 1966, then came Major General JTU Ironsi. That is Major General Johnson Thomas Omunnakwe Aguiyi Ironsi. The Aguiyi there is like a nickname, okay? It's like a nickname for him. And he was there from January 1966 until July of 1966. And then the next head of state that came, is called General Yakubu Gowon. Okay, General Yakubu Gowon. He was in office from July of 1966 up until July of 1975. That's when he left office. And then the next person in office was General Murtala Mohammed. This guy right here, General Murtala Mohammed, Ramat Mohammed. And then he was in office in February of 1970. He was in office. He came into office in July of 1975, and he left off in 13th of February of 1976. Okay, and after him came Olusegun Obasanjo. All right, Lieutenant General Olusegun Obasanjo. Yes, the Obasanjo that you know, the one that is still alive today. That's him when he was in the military. So he came into office and he was the head of state from February of 1976 up until 1st October 1979. He transferred power from military rule to civilian rule. He handed over power to Alhaji Shehu Shagari. Okay, that was the next president of Nigeria, Alhaji Shehu Shagari. So he came into office and he stayed in office from 1st October 1979 until 31st December 1983. That's when he was removed from office with a coup. And then the next head of state was General Muhammadu Buhari as a military man. He came into office on the 31st of December 1983, and then he left office in August of 1985. Okay, and then the next head of state came General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, and then he was in office in August of 1985 until he left office in the August of 1993. Okay, after the whole election annulment and all that. And then while leaving office, he handed over power to a civilian in the person of Chief Ernest Shenekon. And then Shenekon stayed in office for 3 months from August of 1993 until November of the same 1993. And then another military coup occurred, and then came General Sani Abacha. And then Abacha stayed in office from November 1993 up until June 8, 1998. And then the next head of state was General Abdulsalami Abubakar. And then he opened up political parties and handed over power to a civilian. And he stayed in office from June of 1998 until May 29th of 1999. He handed over power to Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, the civilian Obasanjo, who came to power from May 1999 until May 2007. He ruled for 8 years. And then he left power and handed over power to Alhaji Omar Musa Yar'Adua. So Yar'Adua stayed in office from 2007 until, and then his vice president, Dr. Ebele Goodluck Jonathan, took over power and was there from 2010 until he left office in 2015, staying there for 6 years. And then came Muhammad Buhari again for the second time as a civilian. He stayed in office from 29th of May 2015 until he left office in the May of 2023. And that brought us to the incumbent and the present president, in the person of Asewaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, so that is where we are. He is the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So that is where we are. A lot of you don't know this. Okay, they don't know the Nigerian leaders since independence to today. Not to talk of people who ruled Nigeria in the colonial era. We're not even talking about that one. So now that you know, share this video so that others will learn. Know your history. It is very important. Let me come and be going.